Inside the Beltway. A good December 7th, Pearl Harbor Day to you, remembering all those survivors of Pearl Harbor who are still with us and those who lost their lives or limbs there so many years ago. I begin this hour with Representative-elect Victoria Spartz of Indiana's 5th Congressional District. She is one of our new members. Good morning, Congresswoman-Elect Spartz. It's great to have you on the Hugh Hewitt Show.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited because you are a natural legal immigrant, meaning that you did it the right way. You came from Ukraine. How long ago did you get to the United States, Congresswoman-elect Spartz?
Well, it's you never know what's going to happen for you in life, but I actually met my husband. He's from Indiana on a train in Europe. And while he traveled, and his mom is from Germany, his father was stationed in the military. That's how they met. And he used to go travel a lot. And I was at college and travel a lot. And we just happened to be on the same train. And I was young, adventurous, excited. And, I grew up in the times when, people think about America as a very inspirational country. I grew up in when it was the times of a fight between two worlds of ideas. So that was, you have to be a little bit crazy to bring your suitcase and cross the ocean. But I did it, and we got married when I graduated from college. It was 20 years ago.
I love this story, except your husband took you to Indiana as opposed to Ohio. So you're a Hoosier and not a Buckeye. I'm a Buckeye. But nevertheless, you have been there. And you have lived the American dream, becoming a CFO, an MBA, a Big Four accountant. Why in the world move into politics, Congresswoman-elect? You did state senate in Indiana for a number of years. Why did you get involved in electoral politics?
Well, I tell you, I'm terrible at putting my money where my mouth is and doing something when I don't like what's happening in the country. And, as someone who grew up in socialistic system and someone seeing what happens when the system fails and it's a destruction, it's terrible, I was very upset when I saw that our country has a lot of socialistic trends. And I felt, if I don't like something, I have to get up and do something about it. And, you have to be a little bit crazy to become a politician, but, or mad enough. But I think it's important times in our country. And I felt I can bring value and really represent the ideals and founding principles that made our country the greatest in the world. And I have a lot of value to that.
I do not know if we've ever had a congressperson who was born in the former Soviet Union become a member of Congress. I don't know if that has happened before, but I am so glad that you are from a former East Bloc state now in the United States Congress, because when you stand up to talk about the evils of socialism and communism, people are going to have to listen to you, Congresswoman Spartz.
Well, I don't think we had anyone before, but I think it's important. Our personal experiences bring a great perspectives, and we're a country of diverse experiences and perspectives and diverse people, and that's what's very important. But I think it's very important for us to remember that there is no difference between people around the world. What makes us the greatest is the most freedoms to succeed and pursue happiness in whichever way they want. And sometimes people have to be reminded, and I think that is something very important for us, for our children. And living through all of the things that, were happening in Soviet Union. And if you can see former Soviet countries, in any country in the world, they struggle to get freedom back, because it not just destroys your economy, your well-being, it destroys people and destroys really people's strengths. And I think that's very bad for any country to move to that direction, especially after we fought so much.
I cannot wait for you to rise after Congresswoman AOC or a member of the squad extols socialism, and you'll be able to tell them the real. I look forward to those debates more than any other, because AOC, of course, is very telegenic and very charismatic and has a big following, but she doesn't have much life experience, Congresswoman-elect. Are you looking forward to those debates?
Yeah, sure. Debates are good, but we have to win these debates, because a lot of utopic radical ideas have been winning in our country. And it's unfortunate for me to see that after all of the prosperity and Milton Friedman talking, oh, our country is not going to go over the debts, people of love and the freedoms. That wasn't, that long ago. We were celebrating, the fall when Berlin Wall fell. I mean, we're celebrating winning against, big socialistic power I grew up with. And, and I think, we fought so much, and now it's like makes such a radical turn to the left. It's terrible. So we better communicate better. We better communicate as Republicans and people who value freedoms, what is important, especially to younger people. Young people should be all freedom loving. And we see that bad trends happening. So as free.
Oh, go ahead. Your Zoom froze there for a second, Congresswoman. I want to play for you President Trump in Georgia on Saturday. It is a cut number 6.
If you don't vote, the socialists and the communists win. They win. Georgia patriots must show up and vote for these two incredible people. And I'm telling you, they're two of the finest people you'll ever meet.
Now, Congresswoman Spartz, that is true. If we lose the Senate, socialism and the countries that are communist that depend upon the left being in power in the United States will win. Do you agree with the president?
It's a very, very important race. I'm actually planning to go in Georgia for a few days to help out too, because it's extremely important. And unfortunately, Democrat Party moves extremely to extreme left. And there are a lot of things that can happen that can change our country forever. These radical ideas can have a very long-lasting impact. So it's important to have the check and balance in the Senate. And I think that race is extremely, extremely important for our country, and people need to understand that. In any way they can help, that's we'll do our part, but it's a crucial race. Unfortunately, to come down to it, but it is.
President Trump won Florida handily, and people were scratching their head. And I thought, that's just the Venezuelans, the Cubans, everyone who has fled socialist Central America, communist Nicaragua. I believe that vote remains very vibrant across the United States. People are waking up to the dangers of socialism and communism, Congresswoman Spartz.
Yeah, well, I think, we have some members in our members-elect with heritages from Cuba and all of these great ladies and men. I mean, they don't want socialism. They experience it personally through their family, and they understand how bad it is and what it did to the countries they came from. I mean, you don't have to go very far. See what's happening in Venezuela. All these people understand that. But I think it's important for us to do a better job to communicating with American people. And I think that's something we will try to do better and reach out and explain what it is, because these ideas are easy to sell. These lies are very appealing, and they've, been very effective through generations.
Last question, Congresswoman-Elect Spartz. You were recruited by this amazing Tom Emmer, Stephen Scalise, and Kevin McCarthy team. Now we need to get another dozen or more Republicans elected in 2022 and get the House. Are you going to be part of the effort to recruit people like you? Because we've got the formula: young, smart women and veterans and immigrants and people of color. That's what works for the Republicans. They don't need any more older people like me running for Congress. They need young, smart women, minorities, veterans.
Well, I think, we really need to pick the best people. But honestly, it's good to expand our party. It's good to expand our base and engage more people. I was president of Republican Women and and our party needs to look like America, so it's very healthy. But we really need to pick strong, good candidates. I don't look, we should have the best candidates, the person who can represent people the best for the district and help them to fight, the machine, Democrat machine. It's a pretty powerful machine, and it's very difficult. But we have great resources, good people, and I think it's for people.
So great to have you give a shout out to Republican women. Thank you. Your Zoom is breaking up on me, Congresswoman-Elect Spartz, but I am very glad you gave a shout out to the Republican women. I think of Donna and JT, my friends out on the West Coast. Every month they get together all over the country and they elect people like Representative-elect Victoria Spartz. Thank you, Congresswoman. Have a great welcome to D.C. She froze up
so
on
much.
us.
Thank you for
I want to remind everyone as well, you can welcome